Hello friends, today I want to take you through sections and collections. So what I've got here is what I think is probably a pretty good candidate for an MVP for being able to insert um, sections into sections, meaning these blocks of texts into a collection, moving them inline into the collection, moving them around, editing them, and so on. So the general idea is that here at the top, where we normally have the add button, which adds artboards. Now we have two, pending final icon design for this one. Um, and this would sort of insert artboards as we do today. And this button would insert text blocks. Now the description field, which we currently have today, it would be nice if this was also movable, but I don't think it's a huge requirement to rewrite the way that collections work if it's a hassle to make this move as well. This can just stay static. So the idea is that I would hit this add section button or add text button, and it adds a text block at the very bottom of the collection. Text blocks would behave just like any other item in terms of being able to move it around, except for the fact that they always take up a full row. So whatever size the window is, whatever size you're viewing the collection at, it always divides whatever goes into the next line. So I could insert some text. It supports Markdown, so I'm going to have some Markdown field here, or some Markdown syntax here, and I can just save that, and you see that it renders as Markdown. Now I can hover over it again, and excuse the hand waving here. Sketch doesn't offer hovering as a trigger yet, so the idea is that if I hover over this section, so this text area, that I would get this text cursor, meaning that I could click and edit the actual text. Whereas if I hover on the outside here, on this sort of outer extra margin, then I could actually drag this item anywhere in my collection. So I'm going to just put it right there at the top, and I'll just sort of set that in place. And now I'll add another one, and same thing. I can just add text. Excuse that little bug. So now I've got my text here, and again I can grab it and drag it, and you see that because I brought it here, it sort of divided those two. But if I put it in between anything, it would divide these two into two separate lines as well. And finally, let's say I want to move this artboard, and I just drag it. And at first, the drag area was sort of right above the text, so this is the area it opens up to to move the artboard to. Or I can move it just below the text, and then these two move over and I can insert it here. So this would be treated as a grid item, but an entire row. So there would also be another way of doing this where instead of hitting this button, which just adds artboards or text to the very bottom of the collection, you could also hover in between any existing items, and this little plus button with the line would appear. And if you hit that, you get a menu of options. I can add text or add artboards, again pending icon design and exact copy. But if I hit that, then it inserts this markdown field in between those two. So these two move over to the next line. I'll just show that again. So hover it here, hit the plus sign, add text, and there it is. Looking forward to your feedback. Thank you.